Okay. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm definitely not feeling like the magician today. So we have the magician in reverse, although I'm not sure if this card reads, if this deck reads reversals. Um, but this is the vibe for the day, the magician. And we have Marie Curie from Poland. I missed yesterday. I'll explain it in another video, not this one. Okay. Yeah. This is accurate. She does read reversals. So in the upright it's manifestation, obviously. This makes perfect sense. So, oh, this is nice. Spirit trying to cheer me up. And maybe you too. So, in the upright, the magician is very much about understanding you have everything you need to succeed. The magician is about being the magician of your life, harnessing the energy, that you need, being able to do what you need to do to get things done. Hello, Beverly. And so when the magician is in reverse, that can either mean deception, it can mean confusion, lack of communication, and creative blocks. Or just overall not feeling like you don't have everything you need. So this is definitely, let's see what the magician is here for, because I definitely need this today. So Marie Curie was born in 1867. Of course, I'm reading from the R Tarot. This is a new deck. I just got it this week. So Marie Curie's accomplishments are extraordinary and enduring as her pioneering work in science changed the world in ways that shaped the 20th century and continue to affect the 21st. Her discoveries about the nature of atoms led to human beings being harnessing atomic power. With her husband Pierre Curie, her investigations into the possible medical applications of radiation resulted in a life-saving treatment for cancer. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the first person to win a second. Born Marie Sklodowska. Hello, Natural Heaven. Marie grew up in Warsaw when it was under the rule of the Russian Empire. Though her parents, both teachers, encouraged her schooling, her efforts to obtain an education were oppressed because of her nationality and her gender. When she was a young girl, Russian authorities prohibited her father, a Polish patriot, from teaching mathematics and physics and dismantled his classroom laboratory. Oh, hey, Amina, what's up, girl? Yeah, I'm gonna do another reading in a minute and just talk about some of what's been going on with me. So when she was a young girl, Russian authorities prohibited her father, a Polish patriot, from teaching mathematics and physics and dismantled his classroom laboratory. Subsequently, he took the lab equipment home for his children to use for their own studies. So already, even with Marie Curie's father, our person of the day, right? He's like, you're not going to stop me. Okay, so you tore my laboratory down because I'm Polish and you're not here for me. So I'm going to just take those things home and I'm going to just teach my kids. Okay, so very interesting, right? So he took it home knowing that Maria and her sister Branya already shared his interest in science. Maria attended what schools in Poland were available to girls. After she graduated with honors from secondary school in 1883, she had what was considered her first significant episode of depression. Interesting. To recover, Maria spent time with relatives in the Polish countryside, returning a year later to her father in Warsaw. Eager to continue her education, she was unable to enroll in any regular institutions of higher learning because she was a woman. So, okay, the first day that we did this was the day after I got the cards. So that was Tuesday. So the first day was Ida B. Wells. So we already know Ida B. Wells discriminated against because she's a Black woman and all the things she overcame. The second woman we did was Amelia Earhart, who suffered from, Lord Jesus. I keep confusing Amelia Earhart with Mia Farrow because they just like favor to me. And so Amelia Earhart had my goodness, she what did she have? Marie Mia Farrow had polio. Then the third woman we did, she had oh God, what was her name? Dorothea Dix. Dorothea Dix suffered with mental illness. Amelia Earhart also was sickly as a child. I can't remember what she had, but it's just interesting that all of these women that I've pulled this week, they all started out having, something wrong. Dorothea Dix, her father was an alcoholic and she had mental illness. And now we have Marie Curie who had depression. So it's really interesting, these cards that are coming out this week. Um, all of these, issues in early life that these women had and then were able to overcome. Okay. Sorry about the rant. Eager to continue her education, she was unable to enroll in any regular institution of higher learning because she was a woman. And then, of course, we have the gender discrimination all throughout, obviously. She and Branya became involved with a secret institution. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Secret societies trying to keep denying me. Flying University. This patriotic Polish school admitted women as students and allowed them to study science and mathematics during secret meetings in students' homes. Amazing. Once they were in their early 20s, Maria and Branya decided that Branya would go to Paris to study medicine, while Maria stayed in Poland working and sending money to France to support her sister. After Branya was finished with her studies, Maria would join her in Paris and live there with her sister's support. In 1891, Maria enrolled in the University of Paris, moved to a tiny apartment near campus, and seemingly became indifferent to everything but her studies in chemistry, physics, and mathematics. Excessively frugal, she studied in the library as much as possible to avoid using costly lamp oil. Wow. And tutored in the evening to make extra money. At home at night, she reluctantly lit a lamp so that she could study through most of the night. Amazing. In the winter, she kept warm by wearing all the clothes she owned to bed, sleeping with multiple blankets and even small pieces of furniture on top of herself so she wouldn't freeze. OMG. Now known as Marie, so for some reason she changed her name, I'm not sure why. She earned her first degree in physics in 1893. The next year, she earned a second degree in mathematics and began to look for a larger laboratory to conduct her investigation. A fellow scientist and friend introduced her to Pierre Curie, a physics and chemistry instructor, thinking perhaps Pierre could help her find a new lab. He helped her find something else. Marie and Pierre were both introverted and had experienced heartbreak, which made both of them swear off romance. But their mutual passion for science, paired with a keen physical attraction, resulted in two young scientists falling in love. Pierre soon proposed, yet Marie refused him, thinking she would soon return to Poland to continue her career in her home country. But when she returned to Warsaw, hoping to continue her work there, she was denied a place to study. You guessed it, because she was a woman. Only then did Pierre convince her to return to Paris, where she was permitted to pursue a doctoral degree. In 1895, they married in a simple civil ceremony. Marie, known from then on as Madame Curie, donned a practical blue dress. So that's the thing. I'm glad that I bought this deck because I didn't know. Like, I've heard Marie Curie, Madame Curie, but I didn't know her story. I didn't know about all these things. Marie and Pierre were collaborators from the early days of their union onward. In the mid 1890s, other scientists had conducted groundbreaking research on the existence of X rays and radiation. This piqued Marie's interest, so she began to do research on the element uranium, not to be convinced with vibranium, which had been shown to emit radiation. She discovered that radiation was not the result of an interaction of different molecules, as was hypothesized by others, but arose from the uranium atom itself. This was a key step in the discovery that atoms can be divided. In 1897, the Curies welcomed their first daughter, Irene. Marie struggled to tend to the needs of her new family while continuing her laboratory work. Interesting. Love that her and her partner shared a passion. I know, I like it too. To carry out their experiments, she and Pierre used a poorly ventilated and deteriorating old shed. that had belonged to the local medical school. In 1898, the Curies discovered two elements, the first of which they named polonium in honor of Maria's homeland. They called the second element radium after the Latin word radius for ray. Hmm. So I have a question for y'all. So when we think about the things that folks of color experience being shut out, pushed down, et cetera, and then we think about the things like, and she also was shut out because of her ethnicity as well, and also her gender. So what do you think? I for so long I think about what would have happened if people were encouraged to foster their brilliance uninhibited, where the world would be right now. All of the people that were so brilliant and just were not given the chance, or were born into a world that was like, nope, you can't do this because you're black. Nope, you can't do this because you're a woman. Do you think, and this could be controversial, do you think that people would have produced more and the world would be even better? Or do you think that that being shut out fueled that drive to move forward? Or yeah, you think we'd be in a whole new world, natural heaven? Hmm. This just struck me right now, like when somebody tells you no and you're like, fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyway. Or if that discrimination and that all of that stuff pushed people even further. I feel like you're right, natural heaven. I'd love to know what other people think. Between 1898 and 1902, the Curies published 30 papers detailing their discoveries. One of these papers revealed that the tumor-forming cells were destroyed faster than healthy cells when exposed to radium. Research that led to cancer treatments that are still used today. You see that? This lady done invented the cure, not the cure, but the treatment for cancer. And they were like, nope, sorry, you're a girl. Nope, sorry. In 1903, the year Marie completed her PhD, she, Pierre, and another male physicist were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in recognition of their research on radiation and radioactivity. At first, the Nobel Prize Committee had planned to give the award only to two men. Here we go. Once Pierre heard rumors of this, he insisted his wife be recognized for her work. Whew. In 1904, the Curies had their second daughter, Eve. Determined that her daughters would have a strong connection to their maternal heritage, Marie hired Polish governess to educate them. Sadly, their family life shifted irreparably when Pierre was killed in a carriage accident 2 years later. Marie was devastated. She had struggled with episodes. Oh, that's right, because she had depression and the stress of being a widow, a mother, and the chair of the University of Paris's physics department was a heavy burden that often left her feeling consumed by sadness and anxiety. Wow. Yet she continued her work, and in 1910, she succeeded in isolating radium and defining a standard measurement for radioactive emission. In 1911, she received a Nobel Peace Prize in chemistry, so she then got two Nobel Peace Prizes in recognition for those accomplishments, making her the first person, man or woman, to win the prestigious award twice. Although this accomplishment was followed by another bout of depression and a kidney ailment. Oh, when was she born again? I want to know what her astrology is. I want to see when she was born. Hang on one second. I want to see this kidney, Libra rules the kidneys, but she also has these issues of depression. Marie Curie. Birth chart. Let's see what her birth chart is. November 7th. Okay. Oh, okay. Got it. Scorpio. Okay. Interesting. But let's see how her moon sign. Oh, moon in Pisces. Mercury in Sagittarius. Venus and oh, I have a Venus in Scorpio. Oh, that could be that depression. Venus in Scorpio, very hard to get over things, especially in love. Very hard to move on with that Venus in Scorpio. Uh North Node in Virgo. Interesting. So moving toward so in astrology, we think of the North Node as the GPS where you're going, and the South Node is the rear view mirror. And then, oh, she has a moon in she has a rising sign in Capricorn like me. Interesting. So that makes sense. Okay, so that makes sense with the sadness and the depression. I was wondering where that depression coming from. So also all that Scorpio, she's got a lot of Scorpio. She's got Saturn in Scorpio. She's got Mars in Scorpio. She's got her midheaven in Scorpio. Wow, she's got a lot of Scorpio. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. And that's just some of her things. We're not even getting into her aspects. Yeah. So that makes sense. That's that Capricorn, that rising sign in Capricorn makes total sense about the depression piece, the heaviness of Saturn. I'm in astrology class now. And so one of the things my teacher talks about is coming up, and I got into my astrology really to help me as a tarot reader, because the tarot and obviously astrology are so connected. And so and so he teaches us to come away from the signs and look more at the planets, because that's what traditional astrologers did. They looked more at the planets and the way that the planets perfected themselves or expressed themselves through people. So when we look at Capricorn as a rising sign, we're not really looking at the sign. We're really looking at the planet Saturn, and Saturn, which rules Capricorn. And Saturn is a planet of limitation, right? They call him the great malefic, because in astrology, you have the great benefic, which would be Jupiter, and you have the great malefic. And not because one is bad or good, but it's more that really astrology was used in the beginning for people to plot their crops and things by. And so when you think about Saturn and the nature of Saturn, it's a heavier planet. The nature of Saturn limits life. Whereas Jupiter is the nature of Jupiter, it is life giving. And so that's why they're called the great benefic and the great malefic. So that makes sense about her depression and her sadness and all of that. Okay. Sidebar. Okay. So back to the story. I was interested in the kidneys. I wanted to see where her Libra setup was. Um, because Libra rules the kidneys. And I don't see that. And I don't feel like going to her minor aspects. Okay. All right. Kidney ailment that required hospitalization. It also allowed Marie to persuade the French government to fund the Radium Institute, which was built in 1914. Unfortunately, the growth of the institute was stunted by World War I. During that time, she observed that surgeons in the battlefield could be steadily assisted by radiological equipment. Appointed, appointed the director of the Red Cross of Radiology Services and assisted by her daughter, Irene, Marie oversaw the installation of 200 radiological units in field hospitals so that doctors could use X-ray equipment and sterilize infected tissue with radon. More than 1 million wounded soldiers were treated with X-ray units that she created, although the French government never formally recognized her contributions, people. I'm surprised Maria didn't have liver issues, because the liver holds anger, and I would be freaking pissed off. You know what she might have? What was her Mars again? Her Mars was in Scorpio. I bet she was angry. I bet she was pissed off with that Mars in Scorpio. Mars ruling our actions. Mars is the warrior planet. It rules weaponry. Mars also rules warfare. So I'm not surprised actually that she would be working with the military because Mars rules the military. I didn't realize I could connect those planets to the organs. Well, not the planets, the signs. So that's where it gets. So the signs are connected to different organs in the body. Okay. Not the planets. But the planets rule the signs, right? Okay. So she died of anemia. Hmm. So they never formally, the French government never formally recognized her contributions because she's a woman. In 1934, she died from a rare form of anemia caused by all of that exposure to radiation. Mm, mm, mm. 1 year later, Irene was awarded. So her daughter went on to get the Nobel Peace Prize in chemistry for the discovery of artificial radioactivity with her husband, Frederico Joliet Curie. Why her and her husband got the same last name? Did he take her name? Did she marry her cousin? I, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Eve published Madame Curie, a biography of her. Maybe he took her last name, which would be amazing. In the 30s, you took your wow. That's pretty dope. So Eve published Madame Curie, a biography of her mother. So that's nice. So the one daughter became an author, the other daughter became a chemist like her mother. From the beginning to the end of her life, even in the face of depression, Marie's actions served her scientific pursuits. The magician. So now this is all right, because remember, she is the magician. The magician card in your reading indicates that you possess the endurance and knowledge to realize your aspiration fully. Yeah, this is needed because I'm telling you, this morning I was like Madame Curie. I was like, Lord, I'm exhausted. I don't know. I don't think I can make it. And so I love that this was in reverse. I'm taking this very personally, and I'm going to talk about science in a minute with this card. The magician card asks you to trust in your talents, oh my God, and use them to change your life's direction. Believing in yourself requires energy. Exactly. Like literally, I was going to call this I'm exhausted. Like this Black girl is exhausted. That's what I was going to call this video, and I decided not to. Wow. Believing in yourself requires energy. So the magician also directs you to tend to your mental and physical wellness. This card asks, what have you built so far? And what do you want to create next? How can you work around the limitations of your particular circumstances to achieve your goals? What makes you feel empowered to take action? Thank you, Marie Curie, all the way from Poland. You didn't come through the underworld to give me what I needed to hear. So, not only do I feel like this card is, I've said in the unboxing, and maybe, I'm a Capricorn rising, so things have to be logical, but maybe I spoke too soon about this deck because I felt like some of her representations did not make sense. Meaning in this deck. Some of the folks I'm like, as a tarot reader, I'm like, why did you choose this person? Why did you choose that person? But maybe I need to get more into, as I learn this deck, maybe it will become elucidated for me why she chose the people that she chose. I'm looking for the magician in the modern witch tarot deck, which uses some of the same archetypes as the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. So what I like about Marie Curie, and maybe this will become a part of these streams, what I like about Marie Curie is that she was the magician in her life. She harnessed, if I can ever find the traditional card, um, she harnessed the elements, right? In her work. Earth, air, fire, water, all are present in the traditional. I hate to say the Rider Waite as the traditional, but I know that it is. I know that it is. I don't know. I just hate saying it. But anyway, so this is what the in this particular deck that I adore. Like I got this deck and I put my Rider Waite deck away. um, and then we have Marie Curie. Thank you, Yamina. I'm glad you appreciate it. You know I'd be going on my rants. Everything is present in this magician card. Again, we have the swords, which represent air. We have the pentacles, which represent earth. We have the wands, which represent fire. And then the cups is way back here, representing water. Right? Fire, wands, action. Cups, water, emotion. Pentacles, earth, resources, can be financial, can be whatever, resources. Swords, air, ideas, or thoughts. How Marie Curie is a beautiful representation of using all of those things, not just in her work, but in her life. She was the magician. She's a scientist. When I think about harnessing electricity, I mean, this card is so electric. She's literally putting her wand up to the sky. She has the infinity symbol here. One, right? Going back to energy, one thing we know about energy is it cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed. And Marie Curie, for most of her life, they tried to destroy her. And maybe ultimately, the anger, the sadness, the depression took her out. But look at, and I don't know. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. But I could be wrong. But look at what she accomplished. Look at what she left to us. Life-saving things and putting furniture on her body to stay warm. I mean, and also, I'm looking at this as her connection to something higher, something bigger, something wider than herself. Right? I don't see, okay, I see cups here. Maybe these crystals are the earth. I'm not sure. Maybe these are wands down here. I don't know. I don't see any swords. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do like that her homeland is here. I do like that. Huh. I like that they gave her like a little halo. So this is our person of the day. And yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you for joining. And these lives are going to be different. There's just not going to be any fanfare. I usually put on different hair. I do my face, but I don't know if I'm going to do that in these readings anymore. Particularly not the lives. As I continue to build this channel, I have so many astrological YouTubers that I really like. And I found myself like pulling different parts from what they do as an effort to build, my thing. And that's even in my chart too. That's in my astrology chart. But I think that I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm gonna just be like whatever, like no makeup. Like I've got on this, this little blue Fenty lipstick that I'm not sure if I like yet or not. I play with it every now and then. It's very dark. Whatever. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna just like read the freaking cards. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole. I mean, I like the little intro and all of that, but I think I'm just gonna read the cards and just like be like whatever and not do all that stuff. I missed the other women's history card, so I'm glad I caught this one. Yeah, the other ones are on my channel too. They're there. You look lovely. Love your hair and glasses. I did my hair this morning. Because I'm always on YouTube. So I don't know if you've seen this is S Curl from back in the day. Let your soul glow. Um, all those girls on YouTube, they were like the S curl and the S curl gel and the eco styling gel. So I woke up this morning, I was supposed to wash my hair, and I was like, you know what? Let me just try. I did it over the summer. I was like, let me just try to put some of that little S curl gel and that little eco styler gel in there and see what my hair does. And I kind of like it. I like wearing my wigs because I like to just braid up my hair and just keep it hidden while it's growing. Um, but today I just decided to just be like, whatevs. Whatever. Like whatever. It's whatever. So yeah, I think this channel is gonna change. I think it's just gonna be just like whatever. Do you? You're an amazing reader. I was on your page at 4 a.m. because of what you said. May 2020 is releasing itself now. You are the magic. Yes, exactly. Right? Like all that fancy intro stuff is cute. That it plays to my Libra sensibilities. Like, oh, I got a little theme song. I got a little, nah, nah, nah. But I don't know, maybe because it's Pisces season. Yes, I use the old school stuff, twist, wash and goes, etc. I do them and wigs. I've been natural since 2013 myself. Yeah, I've been natural for a long, long time. I had long dreads and I cut them. I cut my dreads 2 years ago. Yeah, I cut my dreads. I think I went natural in 95 when I moved to Atlanta. And then I started growing my dreads in 2006. And so I cut them 2 years ago. And then I shaved my head down all the way 2 years ago. Yeah, yeah. I did like the one side thing first because I wanted to see like what not dread life would be like. So actually, I did that 3 years ago. Yeah, I shaved one side, and then 2 years ago, I just shaved it all off. So, yeah. So I keep I want to shave it again, really, but I'm trying to be patient and see what my hair will do. Um, you know, but man, I want to shave it again. And I just got my vaccine. I get my second vaccine on the 18th. So I'll be able to go back to my hairdresser. My mother got her vaccine yesterday or Thursday. So I'll be ready to go to my hairdresser. And I don't know. I might just shave it again. I don't know. But thank you. Thank you for the compliment, Natural Heaven. Twist, wash and goes, etc. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just love braiding my hair up and slapping a wig on. Oh my God, it's so much easier. But I can't braid. That's the thing. So I'll be walking around here like who did it and ran after because I can't braid. So I just twist and then I just do these makeshift braids. It's outrageous. So anyway, you haven't done what yet? The vaccine? I got the Pfizer. They actually, so I wasn't going to get it. I talked Yamina knows I talk cash money shit about that vaccine. I'm not getting that. Tuskegee. I'm not getting it. We're all going to turn into zombies. So, but then I talked to a doctor, colleague. She's Asian. And the day that I talked to her, she was going to get it. And her mom had gotten it. Her mom was in her 70s. They live in the Bay. And she was like, girl, we're Asian. We don't believe in that shit either. She was like, we take herbs for it, blah, 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 blah. But she said that she just was like, her mother's 70. She's working in the hospital still. She's not retiring. And so she said she just did a whole bunch of research and she told her mother, I think we're going to have to do this. Like, even though we really don't want to do it, I think we're going to have to. And she really liked what she was reading around all of the trials and the things. And she said, actually, it's not a brand new vaccine. They actually have been working on it for quite some time. And the day that I talked to her, she was going to get it. And this was in January. She was going to get, yeah, January. She was going to get it then. And so we've been staying in contact. I mean, and we haven't turned into zombies yet. And I guess if we do, they'll just, child, we'll be under a Walmart somewhere in a tunnel, child. Who knows? But I got the shit. I've got several trainings that I have to do. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Natural Heaven. You have a plethora of herbs always on deck. I mean, I don't know if the herbs can stop me from turning into a zombie, but I mean, I did a reading on it and the reading was really good. And because again, I am a conspiracy theorist. I mean, Yamina knows I am a conspiracy theorist. Like, I'm only low-key joking when I say if we turn into zombies, we're going to be under a Walmart. Like, I be watching Ancient Aliens. So I did the reading. The reading was excellent. And then I just was like, I've got places to go this year. I've got out of town, out of country work. And I just was like, I have to walk my talk. I'm a healer. I'm out here talking about faith. And so I just was like, I have to walk my talk. I just have to just believe, but now let me tell you about my experience though. OMG. So my Reiki brother, the reason why I got it was because my Reiki brother, look, you're not alone. I love the sci-fi channels. I thought, of course. I mean, every sci-fi movie is like virus, cure, everybody's a zombie. I mean, predictive programming. So anyway, my Reiki brother sends me a text 3 weeks ago. And he was like, hey, they have expanded the vaccines for healers to include healers in New York. And our zip code is up. So he was like, I registered online and let me plug in my charger. I registered online and I got my appointment for Sunday. He registered on Sunday. He got his appointment for Sunday and he sent me the link with a Gloria Gaynor gift that says, I will survive. So I went online immediately. The link he sent me. Let's see which one. And I went online with the link he sent me and I answered a few questions and I got my vaccine. So I did it. I filled out the paperwork that Sunday and the following Thursday was my appointment. So it was a week that I had to wait for my appointment. And I got it the same day that my Reiki brother got it. So, but I was like all the way up to the day. I was like, oh my God, like what is happening? Because so I get there and in Brooklyn, where it was set up by FEMA, which I didn't know. So again, all of my conspiracy theories are like on fleek. I know we're not saying fleek anymore, but whatever. I don't know what else to say. So I'm walking there like it's at Medgar Evers College. So there were only, all the other places were filled, no appointments. So the only places where you could get them was Medgar Evers College and somewhere in the Bronx. I'm like, great. Okay, Medgar Evers College. Okay, in the middle of the hood. Okay, fine. They just trying to get rid of all of us. Okay, fine. All right, fine. Right. So that's conspiracy theory number one. So I get there and we're walking and it is like the line, it's like 2 blocks. The line, it was like around 2 blocks. The news was out there. So many people lining to get their vaccines. And all you see are these freaking FEMA tents. So you all have to understand, for those of you all that don't know me, I'm a writer and I'm a filmmaker, right? So I see everything in film. So I'm like walking and I'm walking around the corner and I'm also like, wow, what does it mean to be standing in line to get this vaccine? What you said that would have scared you? Child, when I saw all the military people. Oh, I didn't even get to the military yet. So I'm walking and I'm like, what does it mean to be a part of this? Like, I'm just seeing it in the movie. I'm just like, yes, this is all, you're standing in line and we're all like making sure, like, bitch, 6 feet apart. Like, I know we're getting this vaccine, but you still need to be 6 feet apart. Okay. So then we're like shuttling in nervously because don't nobody want to get that shit. So, and it was all different races, all different ethnicities, all different ages, all that stuff. So we're around the corner of the school and then it like wraps around. So we go back around and then we got to walk through the FEMA tents. Now I'm really like, oh my God, like this is the end. So I go into the FEMA tent, but then I was like, wow, this is history. Wow, this is a blessing. Like, thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, ancestors, for protecting me. And so then I was just like in that space. And the people check you in. Then you go up the ramp and I start to see all these military people. And then I start to like put it all together. Oh, this is a FEMA site. Oh, I didn't know that because I wasn't paying it. I was just like, I don't know what's happening. So then you walk into this big armory and it's like military people checking you in and all of this stuff. Yamina says, sounds like to serve. Yamina, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. To serve man from Twilight Zone, everybody was in line to get on the spaceship only to find out. You dead wrong for that. Anyway, so I went into the big old armory because it was like in a big auditorium. It's fine. It's fine, Natural Haven. It's fine. Like, I'm not itching or scratching. Like, I haven't broken out yet. Like, I think it's fine. So I walk into this place and it's just like military. And so they check you in and you go into this armory and it's just like at Whole Foods. Well, I don't know how your Whole Foods is, but it's just like Whole Foods where it's like aisle 1, serving aisle 1, aisle 5, aisle 7, right? And so the girl's like, go to aisle 5, go to aisle 7, whatever. So I go in and it's like a cubby situation and there's one chair for me and then there was another chair for another person and it's like assembly line city. So I'm sitting there, this fine young man was asking me questions, and then I, they didn't need any of my paperwork. They needed my registration, they needed my license, and I had all of this proof because a healer, like, so I'm printing off like meditations that I did. I had pay stubs because they said bring pay stubs from like retreats and things that I did. So I had all that stuff. I didn't need it. So he's asking me what I do. I told him. He's like, what? Like, what do you do? So I was like, I'm a healer. I'm a healing professional. And he was like, oh, okay. All right, fine. So then I'm 50. I'm 52. I've seen all the Twilight Zones. I'm scared to be that guy running around town. Can't find nobody, just hearing that kid's voice. I'm the one with all the books. Like, yes, all the books. There's nobody here to bother me. I can read all the books I want. And then my glasses get broken. So he answers the questions and then he takes out my vaccine. Now, these vaccines were in what could be considered a pencil case that you could buy at IKEA or Target at the start of the school year. Like, literally, it was a plastic container. He pops it open and there's just vaccines. And so I'm like, so there's like one box of vaccines on the top, one box on the bottom. So I'm looking at him. He black, I'm black. I'm like, I hope I'm getting a good batch. Like, I ain't say nothing, but I was just like, I hope I'm getting a good batch. So then he just like takes it out. I didn't feel a thing. They make you go sit for 15 minutes just to make sure that you're fine. That's it. I was in and out in an hour. So I had no pain or anything. And then like 4 hours later, my arm was like just so sore. Like just, oh my gosh, it was so sore. Like I could barely lift it. But that was it. That was it. And then my mother got hers Thursday. Like I said, hers was even easier, because she's a senior. So she went, it was nothing. She didn't even have any, her arm didn't even bother her. And so we both fine right now. It's the first week. I mean, hers was just a couple days ago, but we fine so far. So far, so good. We'll see what happened after this second one. But I definitely feel better. I definitely feel a sense of lightness that I didn't expect. And I see what Dr. Fauci is talking about, like with us Americans, because I was on the phone yesterday and I had to go to the grocery store. I was deep into the grocery store with no mask. And then I was like, oh shit, I have no mask on. And nobody stopped me. So I had to like go back out to the car and like get my mask and come back in. So yeah, it's like, and I was very like, I started going down the rabbit hole in January with this thing. So I wore gloves everywhere, like to the grocery store. I disinfected I still disinfect all my groceries when I bring them in the house. I did not open my mail for 3 days. Like I was just not playing with this thing. I wouldn't even wear my shoes in the house. Like I was super over the top. So for me, I didn't wear any masks today. I mean, I didn't wear any gloves. I wore my masks, but I didn't wear any gloves when I went to the grocery store. I still came home and disinfected everything. But I definitely feel a sense of yeah, a lightness. So yeah. And let's see. Well, I had walking pneumonia. Oh yeah, I've had pneumonia as well. Went to the ER, they gave you a shot that looked like it was for a horse, and you haven't been sick since. Really? Then COVID hit next year. I didn't get no shot for pneumonia. Hmm. Hmm. I just got some penicillin and I stayed home for 2 weeks. That's interesting. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was vaccinated as a child. So listen, I feel better. I do. One of my friends said, another friend who's a healer, she said, oh, December 2019, you thought it was COVID? Did you meet? Hmm. Are they saying it went back to 2019? Ain't no telling. So anyway, I got it. One of my friends who's a healer said, did it hurt? I said the only thing that hurt was my pride because I talked so much shit about that vaccine and how I wasn't getting that shit and blah, 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 blah. And I sure got it. Oh. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, because I surely never got a shot for pneumonia, and I had pneumonia in 2008 or 9, but I had the viral pneumonia. I didn't have I don't know if that's the same as walking pneumonia, but I had viral pneumonia. I think I caught it when I went overseas, and I didn't go to the doctor. I wasn't sick, but I had this persistent sore throat, and I didn't go to the doctor because I thought my throat was so raspy and like sexy, so I didn't go to the doctor. And then I started to get this crazy rash, and then I had a fever, and it was a mess. Well, I hope you enjoyed this live chat. Um, and you got a shot for walking pneumonia? Wow. I don't know what the hell that was. I wish And were you like, because literally I was out for 2 weeks. I mean, I had it bad. And when I thought it was better, it wasn't. Like I tried to go to the grocery store and I walked down one aisle and it was serious. I couldn't do shit when I had pneumonia. And I didn't get a shot. So I don't know. That's interesting. Well, that's it for that. I'm gonna do another live. And I did one on Pisces season, and that wasn't a live though. That was a pick a card. But yeah, I can't remember them hurting. I just all I remember is I had a horrible headache. Like the day before I was at work and I had this weird tingling in my back. I wasn't in any pain, but I just felt weird. So I went home early. And then later that night, my head started to just like explode. I had a horrible, horrible, horrible headache. And then the next day, I had a fever and the chills and drove myself to the hospital. So I was living in California and I drove myself to the hospital and I had 104 fever. Yes, you're yay, good. Come back for more. I'm gonna do another reading in a couple of minutes. Like I said, I did that pick a card about Pisces season. Um, I might just do like at one point I was doing cards for the week, and I really like that. I really like doing pulls for the week. So I might do a pull from this Saturday to next Saturday because I really, really love doing that. And also if you're on Clubhouse on Tuesdays, typically it's Tuesdays or Thursdays, I do a tarot Tuesday or a tarot Thursday. It just depends on my schedule because I'm starting to get busy again. So it just depends on my schedule. But thank you for joining. Thank you for hanging out. This is fun. I think I'm going to do these lives, like I said, from now on. And I'll see you next time. Bye.